Hi everybody, it's Sharma here, and today is 17th of June. Okay, today is the 17th of June. Yeah, so I had speaking English yesterday due to okay, I'm gonna call ChatGPT right now. Hello ChatGPT. Hello
I'm doing
there.
Hey there. How's it going?
I'm doing not really good, just yesterday, it's Monday, right? So after the lunch, I took a nap at the office. So when I woke up, my body feels so weak. I thought, oh, I maybe got cold, I may get a fever.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. It does sound like you might be coming down with something. I hope you're taking it easy.
I'm coming down with the flu, I guess. I'm coming down with the flu. So, the whole afternoon, doing my work, I feel so, oh my gosh, I just want to go home. I just want to go home. But I still like, how to say, like, I still, until the day end, I come back to home.
That sounds really tough. It's never fun to push through a work day when you're not feeling well. I'm glad you made it through, and hopefully now that you're home, you can just relax and focus on feeling better.
Yeah, that's right. And I would like to tell you like what happened and let's share what happened with me, around me lately. And you help me to, if I say something is wrong on grammar, you can maybe rephrase my conversation, what I'm saying.
Of
Yes.
course, I'd be
Yeah, go ahead.
all right. Just go ahead and share whatever's been going on, and I'll help you with the phrasing and grammar as we go on.
I don't. Sorry, I really don't know what happened. Like just on Monday after work, just during the lunch, I'm okay. Maybe because my office is AC, so they're opening. It's turning on, so it was on. AC was on, so the temperature is kind of high. It's kind of low. So when I took a nap, I think I'm kind of done with the flu. I got fever when I got home. I just tested, use the monitor to test. It's a monitor?
It definitely could be the AC making things a bit chilly and maybe causing you to catch a cold. It's good that you tested yourself once you got home. Hopefully, it's nothing too serious and you'll feel better soon.
No, it's not. It wasn't too serious, but still, I got fever. It's 37.7 in my degree. It's kind of Celsius. Yeah, so I guess it's yeah, I guess it's with the AC causing me got the fever, flu. So when I got home, and I feel so weak, right? So I just order foods online from my phone. I delivered. I just have my dinner, and I just take the medicines, take a rest. Actually, I had class at Monday night, so I had my English class with my teacher.
It sounds like you handled it pretty well, even though you weren't feeling great. A slight fever, like 37.7 degrees Celsius, can definitely make you feel weak. It's good that you took it easy, ordered some food, and got some rest. Hopefully, your English class went well despite
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, so it went okay in my English class. Okay, I mean, so you didn't share. Okay, so that's my Monday. So how about you? Like, if it's you, okay, if you are like Meryl, how you going to describe it, like situation happened to you? Like, if you want to tell with others, to others, I mean.
Well, if I were in your shoes and I wanted to share that experience with someone, I might say something like, on Monday after lunch, I took a nap at the office and started feeling really weak when I woke up. I suspected I might have caught a cold because the office AC was on and it was pretty cold. When I got home, I checked my temperature and it was a bit high. So I decided to just rest, order some food, and take it easy. Something along those lines.
Well, that's pretty good. That's very well. That really covers uh my Monday.
I'm glad you liked that. If you ever want to practice more or need help with anything else, just let me know.
Yeah, let's go ahead. And I really like the way you're chilling to describe the situation, how happened on Monday. Also today's, which means today's Tuesday, right? So I'm gonna tell you today what happened on Tuesday, okay?
That sounds great. I'm all ears and ready to hear about your Tuesday.
Okay, Tuesday, due to I had a fever or something, I went to sleep really earlier last night. So Tuesday, I was woke up kind of earlier. But the south outside is raining. It's really heavy raining. It's kind of my city is I don't know what's it called, a weather forecast or something. They alert it. We had a heavy raining, big heavy raining today. It's a red alert. So should we stay out? Should we stay at home? Will be safe. The school was stopped, but the work didn't stop. Because when it's 8 to 7, 8 to 9, so the rain is almost stopped.
Sounds like Tuesday started off pretty interesting with that heavy rain and the weather alert. It's definitely safer to stay home when there's a red alert, but I'm glad to hear that by the time you needed to head to work, the rain had eased up a bit. It must have been quite a relief.
Yeah, I feel much better and Tuesday morning, but I still feel my body still last week my tone is kind of is kind of a little bit different, and I still have coffee and something. So, but it was okay. So I took a shower first because last night I didn't take a shower. Then I just got a taxi, went to the office. So that's my Tuesday, and after a long after break time the HR just called us, just called me with another two supervisor into a meeting. The HR says we're gonna downsizing. So like at my department, we're gonna lay off 2 employees. But the severance pay is like N plus one, which means N plus two. Did you know what's meaning of N?
It sounds like Tuesday ended up being quite eventful as well, especially with that meeting about downsizing. That can definitely be a tough situation. And yes, I do know what in means in that context. Usually, in stands for the number of years the employee has been with the company. So, in plus one would mean they get severance pay for their years of service plus 2 extra months.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you so much. I just talked with one of my colleague and one of my associate, and tomorrow I'm gonna call another one. Yeah.
You're welcome. It's good that you're having those conversations with your colleagues. It's definitely a challenging situation, but having open communication can really help everyone navigate it a bit more easily. If you need any more support or just want to chat, I'm here.
Yeah. So I forgot how to say like it's a severance pay, right? Is it severance pay or something?
Yep.
I'm sorry. Could you say that again?
No worries at all. Yes, it's called severance pay. It's basically
Severance
the
pay, yeah, it's a severance pay. I think, sounds like really, I mean, it sounds like a really, uh, like something you really wanted, like a food or a phone, something like how you describe it. Sounds really people want it. What's like? Do you know there's a word, I was looking for like, sounds really what?
I think I get what you're trying to say. You might be looking for a word like desirable
Yeah,
or
it sounds really
soft.
desirable. It sounds really desirable. Yeah, it sounds really desirable.
Exactly. It's definitely something that
Yeah.
it
Yeah, sounds really desirable. I would like to, I also want to get it, but I can't. I have been working at the company for 5 years, or 5.5 years, 5.5 years, which means I can get the N will be 6. So the HR tells us if you work at like the 1 month equals a half year at just 0.5, and if you're above the half months, you're gonna get a year, yeah.
that makes sense. So with 5.5 years, your in would count as 6 years, which definitely adds up to a good severance package. It's always nice to have that security, even if it's a tough situation overall.
Yeah, that's right. So if you were my shoes, so how you going to say describe the situation, they met you the situation to people?
If I were in your shoes, I might say something like, on Tuesday, I was still feeling a bit weak from the day before, but I managed to get up early. It was pouring rain in the morning and there was a weather alert, but luckily by the time I headed to the office, the rain had eased up. Later in the day, I had a meeting with HR about some downsizing, and they explained how the severance package would work. Something along those lines.
Yeah, that's good. I like the tone of how you explain it to me, how you tell it to me, It's really good.
I'm really glad you found it helpful. It's always great to put things into words in a way that feels clear and comfortable. If you ever need more help with that, just let me know.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm going to to repeat after what you said because you just said it once. I cannot remember. Just memorize it, right? So better to say several times, repeat it until I can. I'm good to describe my situation. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. That makes perfect sense. Repetition is a great way to really get comfortable with expressing yourself. Take your time and feel free to practice as many times as you need.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say the Monday first. I'm gonna start on Monday. Let me see where's Monday. How did you rephrase my Monday? Let me see.
Sure. For Monday, I mentioned that after lunch, you took a nap at the office and woke up feeling weak, which made you suspect you might have caught a cold, possibly because of the cold air from the AC. Once you got home, you checked your temperature, realized you had a slight fever, so you decided to rest, order some food, and take it easy for the evening. That was the general idea of having rephrased your Monday.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, let me see. On Tuesday, but still okay on Tuesday. Okay, so now I'm going to say my Tuesday from like you refresh it. Okay, you don't need to say anything because I just want to say it repeatedly, to keep it in my mind.
That sounds like a great plan. Go ahead and give it a try. And if you need any help or want any feedback afterward, I'm here for you.
Okay, so on Tuesday, I was still feeling a bit weak from the day before, but I managed to get up early. It's a pouring rain. Was pouring rain, in the pouring, how to pronounce it?
You're really close. You can say it as pouring rain.
Which
Just think
rain? Okay, it's a pouring rain. It's a pouring rain. It was like raining cats and dogs. It was raining cats and dogs in the morning, and there was a weather alert. There was a weather alert, but luckily by the time I headed to the office, the rain had an eased up. Later in the day, I had a meeting with HR about some downsizing, and then they explained how the severance package would work.
that was perfect. You described it really well, and your pronunciation was great. You're doing an awesome job.
Yeah, so for Monday, after I had lunch, I took a nap at the office. And woke up feeling pretty weak, which made I suspect that I might have caught a cold, possibly because of the cold air from the AC. Once I got home, I checked my temperature, realized I had a slight fever, so I decided to rest on some food and take it easy for the evening. That was general, my Monday.
That was really well done. You summarized everything perfectly, and your phrasing was clear and natural. I can tell you're getting more comfortable with it.
Okay, thank you so much. And we're done with like my Monday, my Tuesday. So what should our title be called if I post this video on YouTube?
Maybe something like practicing English and sharing my week, or a week in my life, English practice and
A
reflections.
week of my
Something
life.
along.
A week of my life would be better. Sounds interesting.
I agree. A week in my life does sound really interesting and engaging. I'm sure people would enjoy
Uh,
following along with your experiences. And